everyone, welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about the 21 books that I want to read in 2021. So a lot of these books have already been out. They're not new releases, they've been out for a while. I'm just behind on reading, so I'm just trying to hop on the bandwagon and finally read them. There are a few that are being released later on this year. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about these 21 books that I would like to read this year. Before I start this video, I want to talk about this real quick because I am so mother effing excited. So, you're thinking, Becca, it's City of Heavenly Fire. What about it? So this book, in this paperback version, I have been looking for 2 years. I've been looking for this book for 2 years, and I finally found it at the bookstore down the street from my house, and it's literally in perfect condition. Like, it looks like it hasn't even been read, and I am so happy that I found this book. I can finally finish my collection of this cover in paperback. And it's so funny because, like, I was thinking about it, and this was just a few days before I found it. I was like thinking about it, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll just sell the paperbacks of this version, because City of Heavenly Fire was the only one I did not have. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll just sell the other paperback versions of this, like this cover, and I'll just get the hardcover ones, just because I was like, whatever, because I'd prefer to have a matching set than like missing one. And then, but then I was like, no, because City of Bones and City of Ashes, these are the original two that I got like years and years and years and years ago. So I was like, no, I don't really want to get rid of them because they were like the books that got me into the series. Like, so I didn't know what I was going to do. And then I went to the bookstore and I was just like looking around, whatever. And I was like, I always just look at the Cassandra Clare section just to see like what they have and like what whoever like, you know, turned whatever in, and I found it, and it was the only one there, and I was so lucky to be there like on that day to get it, and I was so excited because now I have them all in this cover, and they're so pretty, and I like legit could cry. Like, I found it and I literally almost cried. Like, when I was ringing up, the lady was like, did you find everything okay? And I was like, I've been looking for this book for 2 years, so yes, I'm so happy that I finally found it. She probably didn't care, but I was like literally like so hyped. So yes, I finally have this finished set of the Mortal Instruments, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy I could literally cry, like, just thinking about it. I know it sounds so dumb, but I've been looking for this book everywhere. There goes City of Bones. But there goes City of Ashes. I've been looking for this book everywhere, and I haven't been able to find it. I've been looking online, I've been looking on eBay, I've been looking on like everything that like I could think of, and I have not been able to find it, and I finally found it. So, okay, I just wanted to tell you about this, so let's move on with the video. If I don't have the book, I'm just gonna put like the cover right here. So, the first one on my list is Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. I talk about the Shadowhunter Chronicles literally in almost every single video I've ever posted. It's my favorite series. It just makes me so happy. So I freaking loved Chain of Gold. Like, I loved Chain of Gold so much. I think it was my favorite book of 2020. And so I'm definitely looking forward to Chain of Iron. I have a whole bunch of copies coming. I have a Fairy Loot, I think I have an Owl Crate, I have Waterstones, and I have Litjoy. Litjoy Crate? I think it's called Litjoy Crate. And I have that one. Oh no, that's not Chain of... Oh yeah, I have a Luma Crate too. So I'm so excited for Chain of Iron. I am going to do a reread of the Infernal Devices as well as Chain of Gold, just for like a refresher before I jump into Chain of Iron, because that comes out in literally like, I think 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks. So I'm going to start my reread of those very soon. I think I'm going to do a reading vlog for all three. So I'm going to do a reading vlog that is the Infernal Devices, and then I'm going to do a reading vlog of Chain of Gold, and then I'm going to do a reading vlog of Chain of Iron. I haven't decided if I'm going to make it like a spoiler free or like filled with spoilers. I'm not sure yet. I might not do a spoiler free one just because I think when I finally get to it, it might be kind of towards the end of March. So I think by the time that video would come out, a lot of people would have already read it. Hopefully, at least, fingers crossed. But yes, Chain of Iron, that is my most anticipated release of 2021. And I am so effing excited for that book. You can tell because I'm going like this. I'm so excited for this book. So the next one I have is The Queen Will Betray You by Sarah Henning. That one is a sequel to The Princess Will Save You. I have it right here. This one, again, y'all have probably heard me talk about because I talk about it a lot. So it is a sequel to The Princess Will Betray You, and I absolutely adored this book. Like, I loved it so much, and the way that I'm so excited for The Queen Will Betray You, and I think it comes out, I believe it comes out July 7th. So if July could just like hurry up and get here already, that would be awesome. Because again, let me put this back. I think The Queen Will Betray You is definitely up there with Chain of Iron as like my most anticipated release of 2021. So it's like this. It's like, here's Chain of Iron, and like, here's The Queen Will Betray You. Like, they're literally so close. So the next one I have is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I think the 4th book in the series is like just came out like yesterday. I think it's the 4th. If it's not the 4th, I'm sorry. But I think it's the 4th. I can't remember. I don't really know anything about the series, but everybody is like talking about it because of the new book coming out, and I've just been like, I don't know, I hear all these things and I hear about the characters and I'm like, oh my god, I need to read this book. I don't have any of them currently, but it's number 3 on my list. I really want to read it. I've been going to like local bookstores and stuff looking for it, but I haven't been able to find it. So that kind of sucks. I might just have to order it off of Amazon. I'm definitely wanting to read A Court of Thorns and Roses. Like, that book, I have had this book on my like wish list for so long, but I just have never gotten it, and I don't know why. I don't know why, but I really want to read it, and I don't know. I don't have an excuse. I'm trying to make up an excuse, but I don't have one, but I really want to read this book. So eventually I will get it, probably here in the next few weeks. My birthday's coming up, so maybe I'll get money or a gift card and I can go get it. Okay, so the next one I have is Lore by Alexandra Bracken. Well, I've talked about it before. I got it on its release day and I didn't realize that it was its release day. So yeah, I have heard nothing but good things about it, and I'm really excited to read it. I'm eventually going to get to it. I was hoping to get to it this month, but then, To All the Boys, Always and Forever, Laura Jean came out like last week. And so of course I had to do a reread of Always and Forever, Laura Jean, the book, because I don't know, I haven't read those books in like, I think, oh my god, it's been 3 years. It's been 3 years since I've read those books. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna reread this last one before the movie. So I ended up doing that. And then I'm moving into, like I said before, my Infernal Devices reread. So I'm definitely going to get to it, but I just don't know when. Hopefully in the next, probably by April. I would say by April at the latest. The next one I have is Wilder Girls by Rory Powers. So again, this one I've heard absolutely nothing but good things about. I believe there's a sequel that is either coming out or it's already out. Sorry if you can hear that. I think they're plowing snow outside, so I'm very sorry. It's very loud. My window's closed. So, but, okay, anyways. So, Wilder Girls. Again, well, I've already said it. I've heard nothing but good things about it. And it's fitting because I believe in the book they're in a quarantine. And we've been in a quarantine for like almost a year at this point. So, might as well just read about people in quarantine while in quarantine. Okay, the next one I have is another Sarah J. Maas book, and that one is Throne of Glass. So, this one I am hoping, again, I've heard nothing but good things about, like, not just the book, but like the series itself. I believe it's about an assassin. Yeah, it's about an assassin. I always feel bad because, like, I get all these books and I never know what they're about, but then I read them anyway, and then I'm really bad at describing them. So then I just get stuck and I never know what to say because I don't know how to describe books or, like, summarize them before I even read it. I need to work on that. Honestly, I've been wanting to read this series for a really, really, really long time. I remember one of my friends talking about it because it was when I first, like, really got into reading. I had the Hush Hush series, and she was like, oh my god, I love these books. Have you read the Throne of Glass series? And I was like, no, I've never heard of it. And so she, like, talked super highly about it. And then when I bought this book at my bookstore, the girl who was checking me out, she was like, oh, have you read this yet? And I was like, no, I haven't. And she was like, you're in for a treat. It's such a good series. So I've heard absolutely nothing but good things about this entire series. So I'm very excited to actually get into it and understand the hype. I want to understand the hype. Right now I don't get it, but soon, hopefully I will get it. The next book I have is The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. And this is by Stuart Turton. I hope I said that right. If I didn't, I'm sorry. But this book, okay, so the reason that this is on my 21 books to read in 2021 is because I have had this on my bookshelves, I'm not even kidding you, for like 2 years. Like, I've had it for so long, and I remember when I bought it, I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited to read this book. Like, it sounds so good. And so I finally bought it after, like, days of, like, contemplating, should I wait, should I get it, whatever. I ended up getting it. And it's been 2 years, and I still have not read it. So I'm definitely going to read it this year at some point. I, like, have to, because I have had this book for so long that I just, like, literally I've had it for so long. Oh my god. So I just opened the book, and I just read one of the, like, you know, the praise page, whatever, where other, like, authors and stuff, like, talk about the book. One of them says, it made me laugh, it says, if Agatha Christie and Terry Pratchett had ever had LSD-fueled sex, The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle would be their acid trip book baby. What the hell? What kind of review is that? That's actually kind of funny, though. After reading that, I really need to read this book now. Actually, the reason that I got it, I don't know why, but, like, I don't know if it's the cover. For some reason, it did give me the same vibe as Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. I mean, don't ask me why. I don't know why I correlated these two books together, but I did. And so that's another, because I love that book. And that's actually part of the reason why I bought this, is because it kind of gave me that vibe. I really need to read this book. Like, I really need to read it. Oh, before I continue, I want to talk about this. Look how, and I'm also wearing my Captain America sweatshirt. I mean, look how cute he is. I was at the store with my grandma yesterday, and I saw him. He was, like, in the little Beanie Baby section, and I was like, oh my god, look how cute he is. And she goes, oh, here, I'll buy him for you. So my grandma bought him for me, and honestly, I love him. Look at him. He just goes around my shelf. Right up here. You can't even see him. He's out of frame, but he's so cute, and he goes with my Bucky. But my Bucky's a Funko Pop, but that's fine. Okay, so the next one I have is Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. This one is about a writer, and, well, okay, hold on. Before I even start, I have heard a lot of booktubers talking about this book, and I feel like it's a lot of their favorite books. Does that make sense? Did I say that right? I think I said that right. But I've heard nothing but good things, again, about this book. So I bought this one. I don't know. I just bought it on a whim because everybody was like, this book is so good. Like, if you're going to read a book, read this one. And I was like, okay. So I finally bought it, and I've had it I've had it for almost a year, and I still have not even picked it up. I feel like I might as well just start making my TBR for, like, every month right now, because if I don't, I feel like I'm never going to get to them. It has extra content. Oh my god, look, it's like a little graphic novel on the inside. I don't know why I said it like that, but it's fine. So the next one on my list is Legendborn by Tracy Dion. Dion. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. But this one I talked a little bit about in my book haul video. And so this is This is another one that I've heard absolutely nothing but good things about, and I feel like the general consensus of this book is that it's like kind of like Shadowhunters. That's what I've heard, and obviously, again, I fucking love Shadowhunters, so obviously I'm going to gravitate towards books that remind people of Shadowhunters, but so I've heard nothing but good things, and I, like, people were even saying that it gives it, like, the feel of, like, early 2000s, like, YA, like, novels and stuff, and I was like, oh, I love that. Like, I am so excited. I know that a lot of people who have read it, have said that this is their new favorite book, and listen, I am all for, when people praise books and they say, oh my god, this is my new favorite book, it just makes me so excited to read it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick this one up very soon. Like, very soon, because I'm so excited for it. The next book I have is Cemetary Boys by Aiden Thomas. A lot of these I did talk about in my book haul, but it's fine. We're just gonna ignore that. But I will link my book haul up here, or over here, I don't know which side it's on, if you want to watch it. This one I heard, I can't remember who it was, but somebody on BookTube was talking about it, and they were like, this book is so good. And so it was probably like the next day I went into Barnes & Noble, and I saw it there, and it was like, I had the little sticker on it, and it was like the YA book club, and I just love like picking up the YA book club books. So I found it and had the little sticker on it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it. And I'm glad that I got this one too, because I don't know if all of them do, but I showed this again in my book haul, but it's fine. Can we just talk about this? Like, you can't even see my face. Like, genuinely, I think I'm gonna take the dust jacket off. I know I've already said it, but I need to figure out a way to put it on my shelves so I can have the dust jacket off and that, like, facing out, because it's so pretty. This is one of the prettiest ones that I have, I think. And, like, the concept of this is so interesting to me. So, this book follows Udriel, and he is trying to summon the ghost of his cousin, but instead of, like, summoning the ghost of his cousin, he summons another ghost. His name is Julian. And so, yeah, I think it's, like, a love story between, like, a ghost and a human, but it's fine. That's interesting. It's an interesting concept. The next one I have is Bone Crier's Moon by Catherine Purdy. I have not heard anybody talk about this book, so I don't really know what to expect. I talked about it in my book haul, but the only reason that I bought the book is because I saw him on it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. So I bought it. And then I think it was like right after I bought it, I found out that there's a sequel that's coming out very soon. So this one I definitely want to read before the sequel comes out so I can, you know, be prepared. So I feel like normally I go into books without knowing anything about them, but this one I definitely have, like, I don't know anything about it. I don't know if people liked it. I don't know if people didn't like it. I haven't heard anybody talk about it. I'm really looking forward to this one. That's really all I have to say about it, is that I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, so the next one I have, I don't really want to talk about too much because I don't want to... I know I already talked about a few of them in my book haul, but I don't really want to give J.K. Rowling, like, place on my platform. So I'm just going to say the next one that I have on my 21 books is Goblet of Fire. And I just want to quickly mention Cedric Diggory because I love him. So that's it. That's all I have to say about that one. The next one on my list is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. So I finally got it, and I'm really excited to read it. I got the collector's edition from Barnes & Noble because it's, like, super pretty. But I really want to read this one because I want to watch the movie, but I also want to read On the Come Up, which I think it's like a prequel to this book. I might be wrong. I feel like everybody in the book community has read this book, and I've heard nothing but good things about this book. I know that it's really important to a lot of people, and I'm just really excited to finally get in and finally read it. I can't get over how pretty this dust jacket is. Like, it's literally so pretty. I don't think I will ever get over it. Like, it's gorgeous. The next book I have is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. If you don't know, I am a hoe for enemies to lovers tropes. And as far as I know, they're like, this one has like the ultimate like enemies to lovers storyline. So, and again, like this one I've heard absolutely nothing but good things about. So I'm so excited to finally get to this one. Yeah, I mean, I believe it's about twin sisters and one of them gets killed, and so the other one like goes off and tries to like figure out like who did it. And on her like journey to find whoever killed her sister, she meets Wrath, a prince of hell. Oh my god, I'm so excited to read this book. So, and like honestly, it's so pretty. It's literally so pretty. I am just such a hoe for like pretty covers, and this one is gorgeous. I just love the colors on it. So the next one I have is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So this one I've actually heard mixed reviews on. I've heard it was good. I've heard that it's slow and people didn't like it. But then I've also heard people say, yeah, it's slow at the beginning, but once you get like kind of towards the like the middle, like it's everything like starts to pick up. I'm like excited to read it just because I know that, okay, so usually when people like the book, I will like it, but then with this one having like those mixed of like people liking it, people not liking it, people liking like just the ending, like I want to be able to form my own opinion on it. And I've heard people like talk about the characters, and even if they didn't like the book, like the characters themselves like help them get through it and stuff. And I always love books that are like character driven, so I'm kind of assuming that this one is character driven. I'm not like 100% sure, but that's just what like my takeaway from it is. But I'm very excited to read it. Hopefully getting it soon. So the next one I have is King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. So this one I actually, it was in my book haul. Again, I just bought it. So the reason that I want to read this, and then I'll just do two in one. So I have King of Scars, and then I also have Shadow and Bone on my 21 books. The reason that I want to read Shadow and Bone is because I want to be able to watch the Netflix show when it comes out, but I don't think it's coming out until like the summer, or maybe I can't remember if it was like April. I still have like time to read it, so I want to read that so I can watch the movie or the show. The thing is with Shadow and Bone though, that is another one that I've heard like mixed reviews on. Like I've heard a lot of people didn't like it, and then a lot of people did like it. But then as from my understanding, the Shadow and Bones trilogy, the King of Scars, I think it's gonna be a trilogy, I don't know. And Six of Crows are they all take place in the same universe. I think it's called the Grishaverse. So that's the reason that I have King of Scars and Shadow and Bone on my 21 books to read. And then obviously I have to read the other two in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. But I'm gonna do it. And I haven't really heard anything about King of Scars. I actually had never heard of it until I saw it at Barnes & Noble. And again, it was one of the YA book club like books to pick from. So that's why I got it. So kind of along the same lines, my next book that I have is Cursed. And this one is by Thomas Wheeler. Okay, I took the dust jacket off because I just thought it looked so much prettier like this. Well, not prettier, but I just like how it looked. So here's the dust jacket, and like it has that on the side, and like I just didn't really like the color of it. I'm not gonna lie, and I just thought that this looked I just thought it looked better. I thought it looked better like this. I like it like this. Anyways, so this is Cursed. Again, along the same lines. The reason that I want to read this one is because I want to watch the Netflix show. I talked about this in my book haul again. But I just want to watch the Netflix show because I want to watch Daniel Sharman because I freaking love Daniel Sharman. My dad watched the show and we were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, I want to watch it because I want to watch like Daniel Sharman. And he was like, oh, who's that? And so I showed him a picture and he goes, oh, that's the bad guy. And I was like, oh shit, he's the bad guy. So yeah, that makes me like more excited to read this and then watch the show afterwards. And also like another thing that I like about this book is that it does have like illustrations in it. I don't know if like, I just think that's, like, really cool. Like, a lot of these books don't have, like, illustrations like this. I don't have a lot of books that have, like, illustration in it, so, like, it's fun to me. So the next book I have is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. Hello? I can never say her last name. Bridget Kemmerer. Okay. I just have a hard time saying her last name. Anyways, I am so late on reading this book because the third one came out, I believe, last year. I have this one, and I have A Heart So Dark and Lonely. Nope. What the? A Heart So Fierce and Broken. Oh my goodness. Hello? So I have the first two. And I don't have the last one. Let me see if I can remember it. A Vow So Deadly? And hold on, I'm gonna look it up. A Vow So Bold and Deadly. There we go. I was close. I wasn't close, but it's fine. As far as I know, these are like a retelling, I believe, of Beauty and the Beast. I've had this one for probably like a year and a half, and I've had the second one for a while as well, but I need to get on it and I need to read them because I have heard like nothing but good things about them, and people are talking about the third book already. I say already as if it hasn't been out for a while, but like people are talking about the third book, and I just need to just get on it and I need to read them. I wish I could read faster because I want to read all of the books that I have. It's fine. Everything's fine. Eventually I will do it. Okay, anyways, that's enough of me rambling on. So the next one I have is Crave by Tracy Wolff. This one, again, I've had it for a really long time. I bought it when I was in my vampire phase. Oh my god, I just realized that the edges are like distressed. I've never noticed that before. It tells you how much I pay attention. But this one I've kind of heard mixed reviews on. I've heard people say that it was hard for them to get through it because it was slow, but then I heard other people say that they absolutely loved it. So this is another one where I really just want to read it so I can, you know, see what I think about it. I also want to read Crush, so I need to really get on it so I can read Crush. I think takes place in like a, oh my god, let me restart that. So I think this takes place in kind of like an academy, and he's like a vampire. I don't know if it's like an academy for like supernatural people. Okay, so I haven't read The Vampire Academy. That's what it's called, right? Vampire Academy. I've never read it. I've watched the movie. I don't even know what the books are about, but for some reason I just connect these two. I connect this one and The Vampire Academy, so it's fine. Whatever. I need to read those books too. I don't even have them, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So I want to read this one. I'm a hoe for vampires. I feel like if there's something with a vampire in it, I'm automatically going to like it. It's just who I am as a person. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one. So yeah, I need to buy Crush. Maybe if I buy Crush, it will motivate me to read this one. But also, that could not be the case because usually I buy the entire series before I even read the first one, so that probably wouldn't even do anything. So I'm just making stuff up now. Crave, gonna read it. I think I'm gonna love it. And last but not least, I have The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. This one I've heard people talk about, and I've heard mixed reviews on it again. I'm excited to read this one. I've had it for a while. A lot of these books I've talked about I've had for a while, but this one I've had for a while. I don't know, I like these like fairy tale, like takes place in like woods, like stuff like that. Books that have that kind of like concept where it's like, oh, the magic comes from the woods. Again, very excited, like every other book I said I was excited for. But yeah, and there was another book. There's a book that I saw at Barnes & Noble, and I don't know if it's like book 3. I think it's called like The Tales from Hazelwood or something. Something along those lines. So I might go pick that up, possibly. I wouldn't say it would motivate me to read this one because, like I said, I buy the book in the entire series and don't even read the first book. So, but this one, I'm gonna read it. I know I'm gonna read it. And I feel like, does anybody else remember, I think it's called the Spiderwick Chronicles? I like those, like that kind of stuff. It makes me think, it like reminds me of like, these remind me of that. And then I also have these other two. I have Wicked Like a Wildfire and Fierce Like a Firestorm. And I don't know if it's because of the covers. I don't know what it is. But it's just like, They all just give me like the same vibe. I don't, maybe it's just like a foresty vibe, like a magic forest vibe, but I get all the same, like, they just give me the same vibe. Alright, so those are the 21 books that I want to read in 2021. Again, a lot of them have been out for a while. I'm sure a lot of you guys have read them. I obviously have not, which is why they are on this list, because I finally need to get to them. If you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought. Normally I don't ask this, but if you made it this far and you are interested, please subscribe to my channel. It will help me out a lot. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week. Bye.